Hello, super quick video this one on how to automate health, fitness, fat loss, because I think that's really what a lot of us are looking for, about making this essentially as simple as we possibly can, okay? Because simple ultimately equates to easy, it equates to a long-term process, it's something that is sustainable for you. It's not about a 12-week boot camp or some kind of weird detox regime that gives you some quick results, but in 6 months' time you're back exactly where you started, okay? It's about putting these little actions in consistently to get that long-term process, and how you go about making that automatic so you really don't have to think about it too hard. And that's what I want to talk about, because essentially your brain works down two separate pathways, and anybody who's read Daniel Kahneman's Thinking Fast and Slow will be familiar with these as System 1 and System 2 thought processes, okay? But they're well known in kind of psychological research and circles, and the different badges. But I'm going to use System 1 and System 2 because that's the book that I've read, okay? So your System 1 process is kind of where you want to be operating. That is your automatic pilot mode. It runs kind of very quickly, it makes snap decisions, it's very effortless in terms of how it works. Your System 2 is almost the opposite. It's very slow, it's very laboured, it takes a lot of thinking, and your brain actually doesn't particularly like using it, and will try to distract you from using it and use System 1 processes. So let's take advantage of that and focus on putting those System 1 processes in place so that we do actually get these long-term results. Okay, now I'm going to use the example of making a cup of tea, purely because most people I think know how to make a cup of tea, unless you're some kind of weird coffee drinker, in which case, you know, that's fine, acceptable, but we can't be friends. So making a cup of tea for me, first thing in the morning, is very much an effortless process. I don't think about it particularly hard at all. I can definitely say I'm not running on any higher thought processes, yeah? But there's lots and lots of micro actions that I need to take to get to that successful making of a cup of tea. Yeah, so it's turn the kitchen light on, I walk over to the kettle, I pick the kettle up, I walk over to the sink, I turn the tap on, I empty out any water that was in the kettle the night before, turn the tap off, lift the lid off the kettle, put the candle on the tap, turn the tap back on, fill the kettle up to about halfway full, turn the tap off, close the kettle lid, walk back over to the thing that you put the kettle on. What's that called? If you know what, the kettle stand, anyway, you put the kettle on the kettle stand, you turn it on. You'll appreciate I've just managed to turn the kettle on, and I've taken lots and lots of micro actions. Yeah, I then need to get cups out of cupboards and get teas out of tea caddies and all this kind of stuff. Yeah? If you take all these multiple micro actions, you end up successfully having an outcome, whatever that outcome may be. Doesn't matter. Making a cup of tea is an example that hopefully you're familiar with. But I am doing that on automatic pilot. I am not thinking that process through, particularly not at that time in the morning when I need a cup of tea. This is ultimately how you bring this success into your life, by mapping these processes out, these small micro actions, and making sure that then you can follow through on them on the easiest way possible. It's kind of how we coach our clients. We set these up as habits, as processes, take them through them so that they can just kind of work out how they fit into their lifestyle, okay? So an example might be going to the gym. It's far more complicated than making a cup of tea, but involves multiple micro actions within that process of going to the gym. And one of the simplest ways you can set this up is write it out in a list of the actions that you need to take to successfully get to the gym. Then the next time you go to the gym, all you need to do is to work through that list. And at that point, you are operating in System 1. And then you don't need to worry about that System 2 process. You will be automating your health and fitness journey going forwards, okay? So use your System 1 processes, get things on automatic pilot, and therefore you will make your life, your lifestyle, your health, fitness, fat loss journey far, far easier and long-term sustainable. Okay, I'll leave that one with you. We'll catch you again tomorrow for some more hot tips.